This is Atlanta, home of the Braves, but more importantly, home to artists, musicians, students, DJs, dancers, filmmakers, and many more. These are the real people of Atlanta.
Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is J Childress. I am the founder and producer of Flatline Cinema, and today on Real People of Atlanta, we have J Nolan. I am so thankful that you are sitting down with me. Like, very honored. The first time I heard your music, I was like, man, this guy is talented. What got you into music?
Man, music has been pretty much like a strong pillar in my life since I was a kid. From hearing Rex and Effects, Crisscross, the Brat, like I was really young when I got into music, and it was just always there for me. By the time I got to about age 8, my brother challenged me to just try writing a song, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to talk about, but he just kind of was like, whatever you thinking about. So I kind of wrote a song about Pokemon, you know what I mean? And from there, it just grew. It's something that just was always there for me, like I said before.
How would you classify your music?
Well, I call my music progressive hip hop because it's definitely centered in the original tenets of hip hop, but it's also very much entrenched into soul and jazz influence as well. And I feel like that brings the progressive avenue in, because as hip hop continues to grow on its own, it's going into a whole different lane where you have the trap and everything like that. Not that I'm trying to differentiate myself from that, but I just want to have people understand that it's not that.
You run into a lot of people in Atlanta, especially in Atlanta, who want to be rappers, who want to be singers, who want to be anything, you know, in the musician world. How do you feel like separates you, your sound, and who you are from everyone else?
I just feel like I'm authentic to who I am. Like, I don't try to go do what everybody else is doing. I always tell people, I can do what everyone else does, but everybody can't do what I do, because I've studied it for so long. Like, I can do just about anything musically, but not everybody can be J Nolan. So I find pride in that, you know.
So is there a team behind J Nolan that helps, like, produce? Do you produce your own music? Do you, I mean, like...
Production-wise, I don't produce. It's a pretty nice team of producers that do that. There's also the Fresh and Local team. We have Rex and Ivy. He engineers all the music, makes it sound really clean and everything. I write all my music. So basically, as far as that goes, it's just like me, my producer, and my engineer. It's pretty small.
Game point on the line, I'ma hit it, please. Fresh and Local, man. Yeah. When it's time for me to shine, pay attention, babe. Rex and Ivy on the board. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. Yeah, ain't nothing better than rocking the Coochie sweater to lunch. Doing whatever it takes to get at this cheddar and lump. Set the endeavor, I'm ready, my faith is set to the sun. With so much drama, I'm contemplating to get me a gun. Hope I don't use it, don't stop the movement. Just rock the.
So what success have you had with music?
Oh man, I've had the great opportunity to perform on the same stage as Anthony David, who's a great soul singer, Grammy-nominated soul singer. He was on Obama's personal playlist when he was in office. Rasan Patterson. I've worked with this producer by the name of Thelonious Martin, who's very well known as far as the Chicago community goes, and he's done songs with Currency, Vic Mensa, Action Bronson. It's just a whole bunch of people. Forte Bowie, who's from Atlanta, who is actually one of the primary songwriters for Jacquees. I've had songs placed in TV and film, from instrumental work to my actual voice being in the product as well. So I've been moderately successful, you know. It's always a grind though.
So speaking of your music being in film, you taught me something earlier. There's a whole separate business for that. So there's a specific film producer, right? Is that the film licensing?
It's licensing, and basically what me and this producer by the name of DC Soul Plus Mine is we build catalog for film, and we just kind of like make songs, come up with different ideas, and we send them to a company that can get them put in the projects.
So how were you introduced to that opportunity?
Through Twitter, actually. There's a guy that was listening to my music. He would hit me up every now and then, and just as fate would have it, one day he hit me up and he was like, "Yo, man, I have an opportunity for you. What's your email?" Didn't know what he was about to tell me. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, man.
You just random guy.
Yeah, I'm like, an opportunity. Like, this better not be no back page stuff, man. You know what I mean? But like, he was like, nah, there's this producer I work with. He's pretty well grounded as far as like licensing and everything. So this is a way that you can build more of a, financial situation with music while you're still pursuing it to the general public, because in the film game, they don't care if you're popular or not. Does the song fit? So I was like, I'm down.
What movies can we find your songs?
I'm actually in a new movie that just came out in June called 1155. And the movie has Julia Stiles, John Leguizamo, and a few other actors that people might know of. That just came out earlier this year. Other things that I've been placed in, I was on Jazzy Jeff's his travel series called Vinyl Destination. I was actually personally picked by him on that show for them to play my music. Black Ink Crew, a few different TV shows.
So you keep mentioning Fresh and Local.
Yes.
So for those who are listening and watching, explain what that is.
Okay. Well, Fresh and Local originated as a group, like a rap group, right? Just on a chance night, we were hanging out, and I was making some jokes about like a label a fake label or whatever, and I called it Fresh and Local because I passed a grocery store that had that sign. And it was like, yo, that's kind of dope. So we ran with it, So then it became Fresh and Local Sundays at the studio. And then we started talking about music and sharing our opinions about where the game was going and who's good, who's not, learning different things about the business. So then we started talking about it. We created Fresh and Local Radio, which was a podcast we used to do that we're gonna bring back, actually. And so it just turned into like everything was becoming fresh and localized. So I was like, okay, let's figure out how to really make this make sense. So it evolved from a rap group to more of a media company, like just being involved in different things and really keeping it Atlanta-centric, because this is where we are, of course, and just like really kind of seeing there's so many people out there, kind of similar to this, where there's so many people that are dope, that have all the talent in the world, but may not be getting all the looks that they could or should be getting.
Where can people find this brand at?
They can go to freshandlocalatl.com, and everything's there, from the merch to the stories that we write about other artists to event coverage and everything. It's on freshandlocalatl.com.
5 years ago, did you think that you would be where you are now musically?
5 years ago? No, I would say no. 5 years ago, my only ambition with music was to be like Jay-Z. Like, I really thought like, I'm gonna be Jay-Z or Nas or somebody, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like my journey between then, I got to grow up a lot and kind of really materialize like reachable goals without having to like sell myself short in ways, like getting a record deal and getting done dirty or anything like that. And I really felt like if I would have gotten a record deal at that point, I would have self-destructed because of my heart wasn't right at the time. My idea of who I wasn't right at the time.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Oh man, 5 years from now, my main thing is to, it will be the evolution of Fresh and Local and ushering in the next generation of artists and creative people. because I want to literally be the person. Well, it doesn't even have to be the person, but just be a foundation for people to like get their stuff together without taking away from them.
So is there any new projects or shows that are coming up this month or in just the future that people can expect and see you at?
For sure. I'm going to be at the Music Room on October 19th. It's a show called Live on Edgewood. It's going to be called Hip Hop Appreciation. Myself, Joe Stu, and Naj Murph. And then October 29th, I'm going to be at Shea Butter Sunday at Moves Music. And the project that I have coming out is called Rise of Atlantis. It's going to be coming out early 2018. It's already been wrapped up. And it's just a project where I pretty much detail my life since I've moved to Atlanta and just bringing the soul back to the city, because I feel like, you know, although the trap has become popular and we all love the trap music, I mean, we can't lie about that, but I do feel like the artists like Goody Mob, Outkast, Young Bloods, when they first came out before they went crunk, they deserve their just due, and I feel like me being a student of the game, I want to give them their proper respect by continuing that lineage.
Is there any last words that you want to leave with the viewers?
Just keep it cordial, man. Live life, be positive. If you have, you know, like a higher power that you believe in, stay consistent on that. And yeah, fresh and local, man.
Nice. Thank you so much for sitting down. It was a pleasure getting to know you, your music, and Fresh and Local. And you guys stay tuned for the next Real People of Atlanta.